And the new Austin History Center reopened last week after 8 years of renovations. $14.5 million project transformed the facility, and it gives residents and researchers better access to the city's archival collections. Adam Powell is the executive director of the Austin History Center Association. Adam, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so there's the new center and there's the old center. We're talking about the new center. Where is it?
So thankfully, right next to the old center, the Austin History Center first opened in the early 1980s in what was the first permanent public library in Austin. That building was constructed in 1933. And then now it has moved over into the newly renovated and expanded John Henry Falk Library.
Gotcha. And what is at the old Austin History Center right now?
So right now it's kind of transitioning into its next life. In a matter of months, there are going to be portions reopening to the public, especially with community renovated spaces, opportunities for folks to really be able to enjoy that historic space. So that's to come soon, and our association is doing a vision planning process to determine that future.
Okay, and so what can visitors expect at the new center? What kind of experience can they expect?
Well, it's so exciting because basically at the old Austin History Center, there was not a ton of room for collections to expand. There was also very limited resources for public exhibits. So the first floor, the entire first floor of the renovated John Henry Falk Library building is public exhibits. Right now there's this wonderful exhibit about what archives really are like, how the process works for the public to enjoy.
Yep, you touched on this a little bit. As Austin continues to grow, particularly quite rapidly, why is it important for us to preserve our history, the city's history?
Well, I personally view it, and speaking from my perspective as someone who was born in Austin, raised in the area, it's an existential thing, really. When you're going to the History Center, when you're involved in the process of preserving the documents, artifacts, audio, visual, really literally millions of things at our city's municipal archive, you are building something that will outlive you. You are building something that for generations to come, your great-great-great-great-great-grandkids can still enjoy and learn about their history.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to learn about that. So what were some of the big challenges when you were trying to modernize this facility?
Well, there was good sides and bad sides. And I gotta say the Austin History Center staff and Austin Public Library's facilities team did a fantastic job renovating that space. So some things, for instance, the open floor plan, when this building was designed, it was in the 70s, it was innovative for its time, really well lined up for library shelves. That also works really well for archival shelving units, as you might imagine. And the kind of brutalist type concrete construction meant that it could support the weight of archives, which is never a guarantee. That said, it also had 70s era HVAC and the internal chilling system, and the facilities folks did really a full revamp of that so that everyone coming to the city's archives will be either cool or heated depending on the time of the year.
Everything's upgraded, you'll be very comfortable, and when people go, what are the special hours and days? Because it's not normal.
That's right. So right now, the History Center is ramping up operations. It is currently open on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 12 to 5 p.m. And those hours will be expanding over the coming months and years. Recognizing, again, this is the only place you can find this stuff. There's a bunch of great online resources for the History Center, but the core of the experience is coming in, making a research request, and digging into the history.
And looking at those exhibits.
That's
Adam
right.
Powell, thank you so much for joining us here on Midday. We
Thank you so
appreciate
much
your
for having
time.
me.